Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to another episode of Pep's Corner. Today we will continue reading our book, Plant Cells. We will read from pages 8 through 13. Our focus is posted on the screen. Again, our focus, boys and girls, is our purpose and intention for reading. So go ahead, make sure you have your book in hand and are actively reading and following along. Remember to reread a second time for comprehension and come to shared reading prepared. Let's begin. What are the parts of a plant cell? The outside of plant cell is a cell wall. Much like humans have bones to hold up our bodies, plants have cell walls. Cell walls tend to be stiff and rigid, providing the support that holds up all plants, from corn stalks to tall oak trees. Compared to other cell parts, cell walls are thick and strong. Most plant cells have two layers to their cell walls. Lining the inside of the cell wall is a protective layer called the cell membrane, made of proteins and fats. See page 24 for information on fats. The membrane lets water and nutrients into the cell, but it is designed to keep unwanted materials out of the cell. Cell walls are made in part from a loosely woven fabric called cellulose. Cellulose is full of tiny holes called pores, so that water and nutrients can flow through the cell walls. You are more familiar with cellulose than you think. The cotton that makes your t-shirt is cellulose. The paper in this book is printed on is also cellulose. How are plant cells alike? Inside plant cells are rooms or chambers. Cells with chambers are called eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells exist in humans, animal cells, green plants, and fungi, organisms that reproduce by spores. The cells in soaring redwood trees, lancy ferns, poison ivy, and lemon trees are all eukaryotic cells. The chambers or structures in eukaryotic cells are also called organelles. Organelles are tiny organs, much like the heart, lungs, and liver in humans. In plants, organelles do jobs to keep the plant healthy. See the diagram on the bottom of page 9. The nucleus. Most organelles in plant cells are similar to organelles in animal cells. The nucleus is the control center of a plant cell. It works like a brain does in humans. Deoxyribonucleic acid, DNA, is found in the nucleus. DNA is the genetic relating to what carries a plant or animal's characteristics, material that determines all the characteristics of a plant. The information in DNA determines if a tree has a rough or smooth bark, cones or fruit, and large leaves or needles. It determines a plant's normal height and if it will have flowers. It even determines how many seeds a plant makes to carry on to another generation of plants. Surrounding the nucleus is the nuclear envelope, which protects the nucleus. Sticking out from the nucleus is the endoplasmic reticulum, or ER. This is a network of tube-shaped structures. The ER arranges chemicals in plant cells into useful forms and carries the chemicals throughout the cells. The ER produces and uses fats and types of proteins. Central vacuole. Although the nucleus controls a plant cell's activities, it takes up very little space in a cell. Most of a plant cell's space is filled by a storage chamber called a central vacuole. A plant's central vacuole is large and important. This is where the cell puts unused food, water, and waste material. Vacuoles hold minerals such as calcium, sodium, and iron that the plant uses to live and grow. Vacuoles also provide support and protection for the cells. Mitochondria. When a plant cell needs energy, the mitochondria become active. The mitochondria works as the cell's power center. Mitochondria have their own DNA. Mitochondria get stored food from the central vacuole. They produce energy from the stored food to power the cell's main functions. Ribosomes. Ribosomes are plant protein factories. Ribosomes help form chains of amino acids, which are compounds made of carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, and nitrogen. These amino acids in turn form proteins. The proteins keep plant cells working smoothly. You can read the bottom of page 12, the little caption where it says science tools and the microscope. Page 13, chloroplasts. Chloroplasts help plants produce their own food. They are green, disc-like organs. Chloroplasts contain chlorophyll, the green in green plants. Photosynthesis takes place inside chloroplasts. Other cell parts that are like chloroplasts store starch or hold the coloring that makes apples red, bananas yellow, and irises a whole range of colors. Cytoplasm. Any remaining space in the plant cell is filled with cytoplasm, a jelly-like substance. Plant organelles float in cytoplasm.